Set 2 years after the case in Willamette, and 3 years before the events of Dead Rising 2, Dead Rising Case Zero from Capcom, if nothing else, establishes Chuck Green, motocross star, the father of a girl bitten by a zombie, and the main protagonist for Dead Rising 2. Hey there everyone, this is Ray Carsola with Classic Game Room. Now it seems that Capcom is clearly assuming that you did not get the perfect ending in the first game, as Dead Rising Case Zero has it where the world seems to be pretty familiar with zombies and zombie outbreaks. So things seem to go like clockwork when Las Vegas has one with over 1 million people infected. For some reason, likely searching for a cure, just call it a hunch, Chuck is driving towards the heart of the outbreak with his daughter in tow, when they have to stop off at Still Creek, a quiet little desert town with a population of just under 1,000. While Chuck and his daughter Katie go into the convenience store attached to the gas station to stock up on some supplies, someone conveniently steals Chuck's truck. And it soon becomes evident why the person was trying so hard to get out of Still Creek by any means necessary when Katie points out to her father a very strange man stumbling towards them.
Daddy, there's a man over there.
Chuck immediately realizes it's a zombie. The eyes rolled into the back of the head and the lurching walk towards anything that is remotely flesh. Kind of a dead giveaway. Chuck grabs Katie and barricades themselves in the convenience store, giving Chuck some time to come up with a plan. If you're familiar to the original Dead Rising, then Dead Rising Case Zero plays just like the first, but with a few new added twists. The first new twist is the ability to combine weapons and supplies to make some truly awesome tools for Chuck. Right off the bat, pun intended, pun always intended, Chuck is given a baseball bat and a box of nails, and when combined, make a spiked club that just tears through zombie flesh like a hot knife through butter. Another awesome combo for Chuck is the drill bucket, where you combine a power drill and a bucket. Place on a zombie's head, and voila, zombie milkshake. Aside from this new feature and storyline though, Dead Rising Case Zero plays exactly like the first one. Chuck is racing against the clock, in this case to get Katie some Zombrex and to get out of Still Creek before the military arrives to take Katie away for quarantine, and must use whatever he can get his hands on to quell the growing zombie forces. To help do this, he also quickly learns the value of the queen bee from the first game. After accidentally killing one and making a bunch of zombies' heads explode, Chuck may not know the science behind it, but he quickly understands that the zombie infection and these insects are somehow connected. Returning to the gameplay is the chance to rescue citizens not yet turned, and to face off against raging psychopaths like Jed the Mechanic, who are trying to take full advantage of the zombie apocalypse for their own means, and for some reason see Chuck as in their way.
I done had enough of you, zombie lover! Get out of my way!
Another nice new feature is the revamped survivors of AI. In the first game, it was frustrating to have to hold their hands for every rescue, and if you were like me, left them to die most often because you just couldn't keep going back for them. But this time, they want to get out of there just as badly as you do, and are more than willing to follow and lend some support if you're willing to give them a weapon. There are some negatives though to Case Zero. The biggest drawback for it is that it's very short. Since you are racing against a 12-hour clock, one playthrough of the game should only take you a maximum of 3 hours, depending on if you die or not along the way. Much like the original Dead Rising though, there are multiple endings for this as well, so being only 3 hours means you can replay through the game a few times in order to get the best ending rather quickly. Also, it is only $5, or 400 Microsoft points, so you're getting pretty much what you pay for. A bonus though is if you plan on buying Dead Rising 2, any levels you get in Case Zero, up to 5, can be carried over into your Dead Rising 2 save file on September 28th. Aside from the lack of length, the game is somewhat glitchy as well. Long load times and clumsy interaction with zombies and survivors makes for frustrating moments, and a whiffed swing of your spiked club could land you surrounded by more zombies than anticipated. The graphics are on par with the first game, with some nice new bloodstaining effects and cheesy costumes for Chuck.
Yeah, smooth.
And the voice acting is pretty good, so the peripherals at least are solid all around. If you're a fan of the first Dead Rising and can't wait for the second one, then I highly recommend Dead Rising Case Zero as a way to warm up those zombie bashing skills and introduce you to the new gameplay mechanics.